Hey you guys, it's Leah, and I'm finally gonna make this how I met 5 sauce video in New York. We'll start with my flight Wednesday night. I flew into Dayton to see my best friend Erica because we're gonna go see the Stars, Stripes, and Maple Syrup tour in Philadelphia and Connecticut, which is about an 8-hour drive from where Erica lives. So I flew up to her so she didn't have to drive it alone. So we drove overnight, we got to Philly, and we went to visit our friend Devin, who was going to the show as well. And we waited for her to get off work, and then we drove to the venue. And so it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon at this time. And just chilled outside the venue because we didn't have tickets. And we talked to a couple security guards who weren't going to do anything for us, like venue security. And we saw a couple of the crew members who were really nice. And I love seeing them, love running into them because they're always so friendly. And they can't really do much for you, like ticket-wise or meeting them wise, but they're always really friendly and they're fun to talk to and they're nice guys. But yeah, we stood outside the venue during the concert, and after the show, well, during the show we went to get the car because we parked a little ways away, and brought it closer. We parked in one of the meters on the side of the road, and so because we were gonna follow the bus, so we waited for the bus to pass. Well, yeah, we were going to wait for the bus, and then we went back to the barricade when we parked the car, and that's when Ashton came out after the show and took pictures, and that's how I met Ashton, was just standing at the barricade by the bus, because sometimes that works. It doesn't always work, but sometimes it works. I'm just getting lucky. Like, I seriously cannot tell you which times they're going to do it and which times they're not going to. I can tell you if there's a huge crowd, I would find a different way to meet them. But if there's a small crowd, I'm sorry, I have the hiccups. if there's a small crowd outside, like, I wouldn't worry too much about it because you're probably going to get to meet them. I guess there was about 30 girls outside the venue when Ashton stopped, and he was just really nice about it and stopped to meet everybody. And yeah, so after that, we followed the bus to Connecticut, which was supposed to be like a little over 3 hours, and it ended up being like a 6-hour drive. Ooh, excuse me, I'm tired. Ended up being like a 6-hour drive because buses drive so damn slow. So we didn't get there till like 5 o'clock in the morning, and once we got there, we kind of like crashed in the parking lot next to the bus because it went straight to the venue. So we fell asleep in the car for a couple hours, and we woke up and kind of pulled ourselves together and like walked over to the bus and met these 2 girls, Hunter and Kimber, and they're really nice and lovely, and I miss them. And if you're watching this, I'm coming back for you very, very soon. But the boys stayed on the bus that night, and then I guess we just kind of stood outside for a little while and waited for something that wasn't going to happen because nothing happened at that point. My hair's all over the place today. So I'm so bad at talking, you guys. Like, I'm just blabbering. But so we went up to the back of the venue where all like the limousine entrances are, where like they'd get picked up in cars that get taken to the radio station or whatever. So we followed security and management to a hotel, which was the Sheraton, the 4 Points by Sheraton, and booked a room after they walked out because we figured they were just checking in. So we're like, yeah, we'll book a room, and we did. And then we went up to the radio station where they were doing their performance, and then the guy was like, if y'all are quiet and behaved, they'll come out and say hello, and everyone's like, oh sweet, like we're gonna get pictures with them. No, they literally meant they would come out and wave at us, take one picture with the group, and then leave. Awesome. So after that, we went back to the venue, and of course I still don't have tickets at this point, so we get on StubHub and we find some tickets, and I buy a pit pass, or a general admission seat, I guess, whatever you want to call it, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to run up to the box office to get it verified because StubHub can be really sneaky sometimes. So I went up to the box office, and I got yelled at by security because they're like, you don't have a skip the line pass. And I was like, I have to go to the box office. And they're like, okay, go in. So I went to the box office, and the box office was like, you have to go talk to the lady with the scanner. And the lady with the scanner scanned my ticket, and without even checking for a skip the line pass, was like, go in. So I was like one of the first 10 people in the door. So I got my wristband to be on the floor, and then went inside, and I was on the barricade. I don't even know how that happened, to be honest. That was a bunch of bullshit. That shouldn't have happened, but it did. Because there were girls that had been camped out for like 24 hours. And I had not camped out at all. I was not even in the line. So I apologize to all those girls because I was being a rude bitch at that point. Even my friends hated me for that because I kind of ditched them because they didn't have pit seats. So I kind of ditched them. But that's over and done with. So after the show, we went back to the hotel because the group outside the venue was so big that I knew they weren't going to stop to meet fans. And so we like kind of waited at the hotel and nothing happened. And so we're like, what the heck? So we went to bed, and then the next morning when we woke up to check out, Eric was like, I have a hunch they're not far away. You know, we need to go find them. And I was like, obviously, yeah, we need to go find them. So Erica goes down to check us out because I'm packing my stuff up. And she sends me a text. She's like, get down here right now. And I was like, okay. And so I go running downstairs with my stuff. And she's like, we're checked out. Get in the car. I'll tell you in the car. Because there are a couple other Five Sauce fans around. And she was like, the lady at the front desk, I was talking to her because she was like, did you go to the concert last night? She was like, yeah. She was like, yeah, they were supposed to stay here last night. She's like, and Erica goes, yeah, I know. Like, we followed security here to see them, and we thought they checked in. She's like, they came, but we didn't have enough rooms, so they just went straight to New York City. But she's like, don't tell anyone I said that. So Erica's like, we need to get in the car. We need to go to New York. And so we take off to New York. I'm like looking up flights to Australia because they're going home, obviously. And I see that there are a bunch of flights on Qantas, but they're not for like a couple hours. So we go to the airport, and we go straight to JFK. We go to Terminal 7 where Qantas is because that's where they always fly. And we just sit there for like 4 hours. And it's really boring. Really, really boring. But eventually, I look out the window, and up comes the management team with like, I mean, it was like Nigel, John Delph, Greg, who does the lights and everything. And they're all like walking in, and I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm like, Erica. And so, of course, they know who we are at this point. So they see us, and they just start laughing because they're like, how did you girls even know? And we were just like, we had a hunch. You know, you had to fly out today, so we just kind of sat at the airport. And we're like, there aren't that many flights to Australia, and you have to go home today. You have that show in like 2 days. He was like, yeah. So we were like asking, we're like, do you think the boys will stop? Do you think they're really tired? He's like, you're the only two girls who figured it out, so I really don't think it'll be a problem for them to stop. And we're like, well, are they going to come through this terminal? Like, are we in the right spot? He's like, yeah, we're on the same flight with them. They're just traveling in separate cars than us. He's like, they'll be here within half an hour. So we're like, okay. So we're sitting at the terminal waiting, and sure as the sun, they come walking up. And so we go up and say hi to them, and they're really friendly and nice. And Luke like goes out for a big hug, and just they're really nice guys. And they took pictures. Ashton was really tired, so he didn't take pictures. Or he told us, he was like, I can say hi, but I can't take pictures. So I was like, okay, that's weird. But it's okay, you know, sometimes you can't, sometimes you can. I don't blame him. But I got to talk to Mikey for a good hot minute. I love Michael Clifford. I'm getting giddy. I'm 20 years old, and I'm getting like a giddy 14-year-old over my first crush. It's like Josh Hutcherson all over again. But yeah, that's pretty much how we met them. At the airport, we just kind of had a hunch. You kind of have to go with your instincts on 5 Seconds of Summer because your instinct is probably correct because they're not One Direction. They're not going to try to like bamboozle you. Like, they're not. So that's how to meet Five Sauce, or how I met Five Sauces. If you have any questions on how to meet Five Sauce, any like just random questions, I'll do like a Q&A video. If y'all will send them in to me. My Ask FM is Indian Selly, as is my Twitter, at Indian Selly, and you can follow me there, send me questions, and I will make a Q&A video if I get enough questions. If not, I'll just respond to you on Ask FM or something. But yeah, send me questions, and I will do my best to do a Q&A video. But until then, see you later.